frankly doesn't really care about the customers. We're the
Turn
ones
it
that
straighten
keep
up a little
coming
bit.
back. We're the ones that make the place what it is. We do what we need to do to get by.
Turn it back the other way.
I believe that he can succeed. I think he is a good guy, and he
Yeah,
has
that's
what it
fine.
takes. He just doesn't want to do it.
Are you on the stream? I'm not
What was the last time we had a schedule? 6 months ago was the last time we had a schedule.
No. Told you you're not allowed to talk to her.
Talk to who?
With the baby.
People look to me to make decisions because there's no one else making them. No, I give him back to pay him out for work. I pay his family. No, I pay his family. I pay his family. You don't tell me to get something for free. Ronnie gets free beer and free food.
It's a free-for-all. This place has been neglected by Dominic, and of course neglected by his employees. He didn't care, so why should they? That has to end.
When I ran his back wire, he said, "Is Jarrett coming with you?" I said, "No." He said, "Yes, he is." I said, "What, do you want him to come in here?" I guess because you did the last bout.
Did you want me to come in there with you?
You just thought he was coming.
You're either lazy or you're giving up. Which is it? I've given up, bro.
The staff is dysfunctional, and the kitchen violates numerous health codes. With only 3 days left, John starts today by putting Dominic and the staff to work cleaning up the bar.
This place is filthy, and it's the staff's fault. Now they're going to clean it up. It's falling apart. The oven was so rusty it just collapsed. The days of this mess are over. Wow, it smells clean in here. You got that right. It does. Hey, Mark, here for a minute. I want to show you some stuff. Sure.
John rolls out Downey's blueprint and a local map to show Dominic the plans to make his bar stand out as the Irish bar.
Oh my God.
Filled with successful bars.
Okay, let's start with this. There's a lot of Irish pubs, but Downey's is famous. Yes. And I have to bring that fame back.
Anybody else copy from this?
The fact that Downey's is old is working against it now, but it could be an asset. With a massive cleanup, some depth added to the concept, a new menu, that old name could come back and be successful in Philadelphia. With the right menu, the right whiskeys, we can beat these guys. When you stand down here on South Street, you can't see a Downey's sign.
No, there is no doubt.
I'm going to fix that. The other thing is that I've got to close this down. I don't want people to sit there looking in this kitchen. This is not a display kitchen.
Looking at the map, talking to him, got me to believe that things can change.
Hope is ahead.
Now that John has a plan in place for Downey's, he brings in his experts to help transform Dominic's bar.
I don't do everything myself. I have a whole team of experts who are the best in the world. And I reached out and I called two. Downey's has to be about Irish whiskey, authenticity. What is great about Irish food? What is great about Irish whiskey? So I'm going to bring in my experts. Good ones.
John has brought back in local Philadelphia whiskey experts for money. He's got the lowdown on
DB.
I'm here.
Yo.
He
Alright.
will educate the staff on the finer points of
But seems like only yesterday we were here for Super
Katana,
Bowl
come here.
52, and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Los Angeles Rams and the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, he's set to kick off.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner
Is that
here as
you
we're
on TV?
underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
I didn't see.
And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man is complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Rams. 2nd
down, here's Jalen Hurts. That'll be complete to Cook. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. They want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
They've yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That's what he was doing a minute ago. He's talking about, it's not nighttime yet.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run. Cook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. That catch good for only a couple.
At the 22-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Hurts going to keep this himself. He pitches it out. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And the Vikings are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
You got some here.
Might be in the bags back there.
Yeah.
In the bags back there?
No, he's probably.
Trying the power game with Ham. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Running for it. Here's Cook.
Damn!
Didn't get there.
Stay right there.
Backwards to the 2-yard line.
You wasted the whole quarter for that.
We're scoreless after 1.
Damn, man.
With no score.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, LA. Cam Akers, 98 yards. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Rams 7, Vikings nothing. Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Well,
Taken in the
I'm
end
screaming,
zone.
big.
And it'll come out to the 25.
Oh, yeah, I'm
He will
watching.
not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
And a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time, but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Cook following the penalty. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
They go play action with Hurts. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Second down, here's Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And this time, Rosen will throw. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, when I looked out, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. That good for 19 on a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go. Sometimes a thing of beauty.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Cook. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Hurts. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this now 3rd and 11 after that 2nd down completion actually went back a yard. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled.
Yeah, you want to bring Zebra in?
For about 8 years, you guys keep saying, we want to fix this, we want to fix that. Everything has been fixed. Everything is like the way you guys want it. So now let's get it the way I want it.
After 5 days.
4 and taken.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
First down, it's Rosen. That's caught at the 25.
Come on and get it.
Touchdown, LA. DJ Chark, 57 yards. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering.
This is a close game.
What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. from the 24. Rosen. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
Touchdown, L.A. Cam Akers, his second touchdown of the night. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now a run with Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Kaz blanket breaks on the top.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Dinosaur blanket Jaden had.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
In this house. Ask Shayna where the blankets are. She'll help you know.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Airing it out deep for Woods. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, 44 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Hurts to throw. He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Complete. Jefferson the target. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 33 yards that time.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
They'll run for it with Cook. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 50. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
They'll run on first down. Maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. DJ Chark. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat. The drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
Sets up to throw it. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Better if he hits up in the oven there.
On the ground, it's Akers. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Avonte Maddox. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball.
I just don't
Who can
like
handle the guy across
microwave
from them best? On that play, the defensive line
but
did
you know,
exactly
y'all eat
that.
them.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Y'all eat them up for like a minute and a half. I've never done that. Hell no, that shit's in the oven.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Say it.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No, I just read the instructions, that's all. There's a difference. I've never read a microwave instructions. I stopped buying Mr. P's pizzas like when I was old enough to buy groceries.
From the gun, it's Rosen. They got a man, it's Woods. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run here with Akers. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Rosen. Steps away to his left. Caught on the slant. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Yeah.
Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead,
No, have trying to make her a 4-ounce bottle.
Saying, hey, let the other guys play.
And this shit put her back to sleep.
No Akers hit. He coughs it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over the 30-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It certainly has not been the outing that they envisioned on their home turf in the divisional round of the playoffs, and they have been pushed around, and now their backs against the wall. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown.
Matt Gay on 4th.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like
I think they got the best people
ready to
on
go to
it.
the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And this carries into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
That ain't funny.
It hurts. I can't laugh at it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A good 1st down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
At the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
There's a 1st down throw that's complete. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his 1st. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
Next time I'll get you a piece of the pineapple.
They go play action with Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Fighting and a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On 1st down, Akers, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rosen looking to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 11 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
When you see zone
Tell
defense,
Shane to feed her. And tell her to get off the damn phone because I know she's on the phone.
You got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I talked to something.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
brings up 2nd and 12 at the 13-yard line.
And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
The Rams are on to next week as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.
The biggest weakness you have, John,